Hey, hey! Anybody out there? All right, this is showing me as offline. Why is it showing me as offline? Yo, yo, okay, can you hear me, Dylan? Alrighty, sweet. It was showing me, yeah, it was showing me that I was still offline. Okay. Do we have anybody else out there yet? Or are we just the two of us? Hey, T4th? I can't pronounce it, but hey. I'm setting up my, nice. Oh, Sim, okay. Yeah, Sim is much easier to say. Glad you were able to make it. I saw you said you might not be able to stay. So I'm getting the dashboard set up here. It's still showing me, for some reason, I'm logged into Twitch on my other side, and it's showing me as offline still. I'm not sure why. It's also not showing me anybody in chat. So this is the lack of Twitch experience here, apparently. Tears that heal. Interesting. Okay. Oh, and then I see got it. The 4 is the A. Tears that heal. Very cool. I don't know why. For some reason, when I heard Phoenix, the first thing I thought of was Harry Potter. Hey, Dave. What's going on? How you doing? All right, so I'm having trouble figuring Twitch out here. I'm still trying to see. It's still showing me as offline for some reason. Kotsero, you're not the first, but I think you might be the 4th. What's up, Hawk Frost? How you doing? All right, I'm definitely, if I'm going to be on Twitch again, I'm going to have to learn how to do this a little bit better. I wonder why it's... I think I know what's going on. What's up, Island Hype? How you doing? No, Frost. We're testing out Twitch since I've had enough... I've had some challenges using the YouTube interface, and there were a bunch of people who asked me to do Twitch, so I thought I would give it a shot this time, and we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of learning here, so this could be a little bit messy. But I did finally get it to show that my channel's online, so that's a good first start. And obviously this is going to wind up being a much smaller stream since a lot of people haven't followed me on Twitch, but I do want to give people a few minutes just to pop in. So maybe what we'll do here is start off with, I told Dylan we'd try and find him a Labyrinth team. And so maybe we'll start off doing the Labyrinth team first and move to the re-apps after to give people a chance to kind of find the stream over here. So Dylan, let's see what we can do. It was time limit mode that you had trouble? Did I link me 6? It should have. Let me double check. It should have posted it automatically. Yeah, it did. But, you know, the thing is, not everybody has reacted to the roll, so not everybody may have gotten the notification. Lab, Explode, and Tartarus team. All right, well, Tartarus team might take a little bit longer than we have time for on Twitch. I'll take a look, or on stream, I should say, but the Explode team should not actually be that difficult. So... oh, we've only got one flag here. Did you do your Tartarus already? You did. So that, yeah, so we can't actually do your Tartarus anyway, but we can work out an Explode team for you. Alright, so we're going to go by grade. We definitely want this Vertihile. How fast is the Verd? That should be fast enough if we go in with a Galleon lead. Do we have a Galleon? Yeah, here's a Galleon. Ooh. We might be able to make it work. And then what about damage dealers? Oh, okay. I'm so used to, yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it. There we go. So there's Galleon. That's what we need. Okay, I was wondering why there were so few damage dealers there. So we probably don't need the Talia. I think, oh, there's a Rauk. That's looking good. And then do you have a Shayna? Here's a Shayna, so that's perfect. Let me just take a look here. Nice stats on the Sabrina. That's going to do the trick just fine. Shayna's at 200, 222. We actually, you might not need the Verd because your monsters are already pretty fast. I think we might be able to get away with, how about Rika here? Let's see. No, I'm not passing them up. Now I know what I'm looking for. So I was scrolling through because I knew what I was looking for. Actually, I think Maruna might do the trick here. Let's check the speed tuning. So Sabrina's 146. Okay, so we do need the Verd to boost the Sabrina. And then the Maruna is going to be too fast anyway. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and use the Verd, and I think this should do it. Let's give it a shot. Did I put it on hell mode? I might not have put it on hell mode. I might need to go back and restart that. Okay, so let me go ahead and just restart the. Oh, 10 turns on the bomb. Yeah, it was in hell mode. That's all you have to look at for this stage is how long the bomb is, but that's okay. All right, so let me go ahead and just pop a message into Discord. Just for the people who haven't reacted to the XG sub roll yet, they may not have actually gotten that alert. And then we'll give them a couple more minutes because I'm pretty sure this team's going to actually work right off the bat. That would be my expectation. So we go ahead with the time to loot. Try and just stun the one that didn't defense break. And we'll go ahead and take care of this Platy. Let's take care of the other Platy. Can we drop out the Susano? We cannot. Oh, this team's actually not going to work. The Shayna didn't stun anybody. That was unfortunate. So we're going to wind up losing one monster here, it looks like. Might still pass. Might still pass. Oh, I know what's missing. Also, I didn't start any music. I was like, why is it so quiet? What's going on, Paper? How you doing? Ripper! Okay, what's going on, Ripper? How's it going, man? Glad you're able to make the stream. Alright, that's better. It was like eerily quiet in here. All the music that I have is, well, not all the music, but... Hey, what's going on? That's life. Glad to see you here. Yeah, the music that I have is all, well, the music I use on stream. That's what I'm trying to say. The music I use on stream is all copyright free. So we should be good. Then I have some other music that I use for the videos that is, we'll have to work on that. If I do more on Twitch, then I will definitely get the emotes set up and everything. This is just kind of a trial run to see how it goes. I want to see all the big thing that well, there's two big issues I've had with YouTube. The first is that I was having trouble getting a count on the viewers. It just kept lagging up the last few streams. I'm not sure why, which isn't the end of the world. The bigger issue was that I was getting a major lag on the chats, and so I couldn't react to people as quickly. Okay, so this is, I think this team would actually pass here, but the damage is a little bit too low, so we're going to try something different instead. We're going to drop the Sabrina and the Verd. We're going to bring in a, we're going to bring in a Fran for some attack bar buffing. And then maybe the Maroon, oh no, here we go. Beth, how's the Beth ruined? Okay, do you have, Dylan, do you have a bass stat? Is the picture quality better too? That's the other thing is a lot of times Okay, do you have a Megan? I just need an attack bar booster with attack buffing. So the other thing is on Twitch, I get a lot of bandwidth notifications, and right now, not on Twitch, sorry, on YouTube, it tells me I get like my bandwidth connection isn't always great, and right now I'm seeing it looks like it's pretty solid here. We might be able to get away with this Fran. Let's just use the Fran. Picture, okay, that's really good to know. One of the things that, oh, what am I thinking? We didn't need that Fran. Picture is better, sound is better. That's good to know. You know, do whatever you like to the image, but you don't have to share with me what you've done to it. That'll be the big key here. Let's do the Rika. So there's supposed to be a way that I can stream on both platforms at once, YouTube and Twitch. And that'll probably be what I need to do long term, because I think a lot of people are just never going to come over to Twitch. Like if you figure on YouTube, by now we'd normally be somewhere around, I don't know what, 80. And right now I think it looks like we're about 11 on Twitch. So that is a slight problem. Okay, it's too fire heavy. It looks like that's going to be the problem. I also forgot to bring in a second twin. That wasn't smart. We don't, let's see. We don't need the Shayna because we've got Galleon. I did, Ripper, I put a message on the community board yesterday. How about this Pungbek? No runes. I did a poll. Oh, Ethna might do the trick here. Let's try Ethna. Double Hell Ladies. Oh, well, that's exactly it, Dave. It's, I don't know. There's like I have like maybe 75 followers on Twitch. Yeah, I did, a while back, I did a poll on, like how many people would come over to Twitch, and it was like about half the people said they didn't want to come to Twitch. I wonder, I'll go ahead, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and send it out, and I'll just put a direct link to the channel. I'm not sure though if it like pops up on people's feeds right away or not. But let's go ahead, we'll go ahead and send one more out. Yeah, it was like 20% of the people said they preferred Twitch, 30% said they didn't care, and half were like they wanted to be on YouTube only. So that was one reason that I hadn't come over to Twitch before. Let's see. So we can post right here. I wonder if like YouTube is going to penalize me for continuing to post Twitch links. 30, 30, 50. No, I said 20, 30, 50, Hawk. Maybe it was. Let's see. I'm on the message board right now. Let's see. 54% said YouTube, 13% said Twitch, and a third said doesn't matter. Yeah, I would have to agree with that, Sim. I think I had looked it up a while back, and I know there is a way to stream on both platforms simultaneously. I don't know how you manage the chat on both platforms, but I know that you can stream on both. Stream on Discord. probably not going to use Discord. I have trouble doing one-on-one videos with people on Discord, so I don't know. I don't know if a full-on stream is going to work so well there. You know what? Let me just check. It's those. Let me just check. The original team I wanted to use really should have been fine. So let me go ahead and just check it on a different level. And just see if the problem was just that one level or if it's in general. Do this, 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 and then where's that Verd? The Verd was in storage, right? Let's try this over here. How bad is it on YouTube then? Is it like just absolutely terrible quality on YouTube? I guess we could I could stream on Zoom. Yeah, tests on Lab would actually work, but I mean once you have your team down, it's fine. Okay, we're not going to use the buff. Oh, did I put in Talia instead of Sabrina? That was brilliant. Stream on OnlyFans? I've never heard of OnlyFans. Somebody just pulled a Beast Rider? Oh, we're in the wrong channel here. There we go. Yeah, I put in Talia instead of Sabrina. That's going to make it tough when you don't get your twins bonus. There's the Sabrina. So let me take a look at the Shayna again. Why are we not getting the kills here? You can get a little bit more attack there, but no, I mean, the crit rate's fine. Accuracy is maybe a little bit low, and then the Ethna, maybe a little bit low on the attack side. This should be working, though. This team should work. Hey, Angry, glad you were able to make it, and thanks, I appreciate that. Negative rune quality. Maybe I shouldn't call you Angry. Maybe I should call you Rookie. Like, just saying, hey, Angry, that's kind of weird. Yo, Angry! That's, yeah, I think we're gonna go with Rookie. I say, hey, Angry, I'm feeling like I'm having a fight with my ex or something. Okay, there we go. This worked much better now. Okay, yeah, this should be good, I think. Guess we'll find out in a second here. We're going to lose 1 on this stage, but it really, as long as you go into the final stage with 4, you should usually be good. I lose 1 a lot of times as well. Lost the Galleon. That's not the one you want to lose, but it shouldn't matter. Okay, should be able to auto the rest of that. I probably shouldn't have done that auto. That was a mistake. Shouldn't have done the auto. So I think the biggest problem here is basically the speed tune. Yeah, that's what the problem actually is the speed tune. That and so Sabrina's at 146 and getting the 40 attack bar boost from the Verd. We just need the Verd to be a little bit faster. Or, yeah, we need the Verd to be a little bit faster, and then I might, well, one thing at a time. So let's check the Verd here. All right. There we go. That is a high quality speed rune right there. You've given your Triana lots of tender love and care, I can see here. Alright, what do we have? Anything that's already in Scram to 15. We've got some Blade. Yeah, apparently What's up, Base? Glad you're able to make it. Yeah, we're trying Twitch out for this week and seeing how it goes. All right, obviously, long term, you're gonna want to put your vert on not blade, but for purposes of this team, I just want to test the speed tuning, so we're gonna swap him into blade real quick. Bio 6. Let's just see. Okay. I'd rather he did some damage, but I guess the defense percent is fine. So if we do this, that's plus 15. And then we need, what do we need? A blade 4. Yes, sir. That's AceditGaming. Okay, what's your... The crit rate's already max here. And this is a crit rate rune, I assume. So if we do this, okay, we're good. Okay, Dylan, do you need to know like which runes I'm swapping out to fix them back, or you don't care? Okay, perfect. Why'd the music stop? There we go. Okay, we're in some sort of weird loop here. There we go. Alrighty. So this puts us, this should make the vert fast enough, I think. 99 plus 105. And then what I want to try for you here is, do you have either Charlotte, Poseidon, or Varad? Any of those would be good. Charlotte would be the best of the group just because of elements. Poseidon. Of course, Charlotte would be the best, so let's have Poseidon and Varad. Okay, who's got the better runes? The Varad has no defense, so probably going to be Poseidon. Okay, I'm going to say Varad has the better runes. Trying to... So, Rookie, you're gonna actually get a little bit out of this stream then, because we're gonna be doing reapps here after I do this team. I'm right now just giving people some time to kind of get into the stream and find me over here. You have 2 win masters. Jeez, that's crazy. I've got, I don't know if I'm gonna get the video out in time for tomorrow or if it'll be the day after, but my next rune is gonna, or next video is gonna be raids and reapps also. It's already recorded. I was editing it before this stream. Okay, so we're gonna take that, and then the Fran was in storage, right? Yeah, there she is. 179. Now we had the vert fast enough. Yeah, the vert's fast enough, so we're gonna try this. Glad you were finding the rune guides helpful, though. Seriously. Oh, that Varad is super fast. Okay. So we got our freezes. We got our attack boost. The Fran's not going to be speed tuned, though. We're losing a lot of attack damage there. And I'm not going to go through and like re-rune the whole Fran, so this might not work. We might have to go back to that Galleon. Yeah, without speed tuning the Fram, I think we need the Galleon. Okay, that's okay. So how fast is this Varad? 156. On Violent. A Violent broken 156. Okay. Chung Pong, where is he? Probably at the end, because you would have just recently summoned him, yeah. There he is. Swift Will, 197. Now, let's see. He's got the strip. Attack bar reduction. So how are you liking him? How are you like? I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. Cheng Pong, or I guess I am going to try and pronounce it, but if I'm looking for max rolls now on your runes as a starter DB10 player. So, yeah, Katsaro, Bale actually could do the trick. I'll take a look. So, Rookie, I would say you probably don't need your rune standard to be quite that high. the general rule here is that you should be looking... Oh, Belinus. You should be looking to improve your runes based on what you got. You don't need to jump... So an easy way to think of it is you don't need to jump straight from F3 to G3. There's a lot of levels in between. So anytime a rune is better than, like, your worst rune now, then it's an upgrade. And you should just be continually upgrading your worst rune. Selling your worst rune and getting a rune that's better than it. So unfortunately... he's not going to do exactly what we needed him to... What the Charlotte would do, because he's not going to provide any stuns. But I think the Bale might actually work. I think that is a good idea. Yeah, you got it, of course, no worries. So you just want to try and avoid that trap of, like, you sell so many runes that you can't rune anything then. Obviously, you don't want to keep the garbage runes, but you want to make sure that you always have enough runes that you can rune your monsters. That's kind of the basic idea. Alright, where is... so we can't take the attack lead. How slow is he? So with the Galleon, it actually might work. Let's see. So we got Shayna, Sabrina. We should get some kills. Alright, let's try this. And yep, I just spent 30 crystals on fails. That's the price of your account being on stream. Alright, we landed the defense breaks. Now, as long as we get one kill here, Bale should do the rest. Oh, we even got a proc. Nice. So this will definitely pass this round, I think. Good call, Katsero. That definitely did the trick. This is going to pass easily, I believe. Maybe not. You'll get one turn. Is Bale going to get back before the bomb? I think, yeah, Bale acts right after the Sabrina here, so the Bale will get back. I don't know if he's going to get the kills or not, though. Not quite. Bye-bye, Galleon. I think it's still good, though. You go into the final with 4 and you're good, but we're going to save the Chakram Crush this time and take out that Jeanette. Implement the same system they have for Practice 2. Yeah, that would... I mean, it would definitely be nice if you could practice all aspects of the game. I agree with that 100%. But I will say that once you have your lab team set, you really don't have to change them all that much. Some of it is simply just a matter of the monsters weren't speed tuned, and I'm not obviously going through like a giant re-runing here, because Dylan really does have both the monsters and the runes to clear this. It's just that you would have to get into kind of a very long-term thing of, you know, spending an hour and spending a bunch of mana and so forth. It's still gonna pass. It'll still pass. It's and this wasn't even a smooth run, and it'll pass. I think, unless that that Varad goes too crazy. But as soon as Bale gets free, it should pass. Yeah, there we go. If we can get the stun on Delphoy, we're good. Well, not exactly the smoothest run, but it won anyway. it did win anyway. So I think probably oh, well, you got a rage grind there. So we can't test another one because you don't have more lanterns. But I think the next stage, or the next step of what I would do is change that Sabrina out to Martina. Martina, yeah, I wish I had Martina. I would change the Sabrina out to Maruna so that you get one more AoE attacker in there. And the Maruna is going to give you that extra chance for the AoE defense breaks and the stuns. If you had Martina, she'd be even better because you could strip, but Yeah, so that would be my next step on that, would be to change the Sabrina to the Maruna, and I think you would probably wind up finding the run going a little bit smoother. If you speed up your Fran, then Fran is going to work better for you there than the Galleon is too, because Shane is already doing defense break. I was only doing the Galleon because you needed that. The Fran wasn't speed tuned basically. So if you make your Fran the fastest monster on that team, it'll go much smoother as well because you'll have the immunity. And that's where I said you've got the monsters, and honestly you've got the runes also. It's just a matter of speed tuning everything. What's up, Fire? We're testing Twitch this week. I'm not saying that I've switched back to it, but I know the one thing everybody has said so far is that the stream quality is much better. I don't know how the chat lag is. You guys can tell me, like, am I slow to respond? Am I responding faster than on YouTube? Actually, I think I can test the lag myself if I just type. Yeah, see, there's like instantaneous. There's no chat lag here where YouTube has like a long stream. Yeah. Long delay, not long stream. Oh, I love Scotch too, bro. I got some Macallan over in the other room. So yeah, the biggest reason I wanted to switch back over to Twitch is that the chat lags in YouTube are really kind of annoying. But it's just a question of if enough people will come over here, because it's really nice when you've got like the huge groups. So hopefully we'll be able to make the transition to Twitch. The switch to Twitch. Hopefully we can switch to Twitch. But we'll see how it goes. And the sometimes just stops working. Yeah, you know what? I've had trouble with that too, Sim. Like when I'm watching Ace's stream, sometimes I have to reload the page. And then the lag is just really annoying. Like, yeah, it's just really frustrating with the lag. So that's the biggest reason I wanted to come back over here. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I know, I was starting to say this before. I think I got distracted. There's supposed to be a program that lets me stream on both simultaneously. And, I need to figure out how to set that program up, and I also need to see if the computer I'm using for streaming can do that. Because I'm using an old computer for streaming for the time being, and but yeah, if I can get everything set up, then I'll probably try and stream on both. All right, let's. It's illegal, but really, I didn't know that, Ace. Because a lot. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right, so maybe I won't stream on both. Yeah, I think I've only done like 1 or 2 streams on Twitch, so I'm a long way from getting partnered anyway. I think I was looking at it the other day. I'm not sure. I think I need to have like 50 or 75 simultaneous. I don't know. I'm a long way from getting partnered. 50? Yeah. All right, so we are going to do some re-apps for Dylan. Let me make sure all the re-apps are in place. How many do we have? We have 68. Wow. Okay, big session. Hopefully we can find some really good targets for you. So when I do re-apps, pulled water and fire demon. Oh. Were you raging? Like, I think I'd have been half raging about that. And I know Hawkfrost says that water demon Belial. Yeah, Belial. I know he says Belial's good. I haven't ruined him yet, so I'm not sure, but demons are easily the worst Nat 5 group. Other than Mephisto. Lucifer is nice too, but Mephisto is really awesome. So I pulled Water Demon the other day, and I was so tempted to feed him for runes. But you never know if he'll get buffed or not. Yeah, but you know what, bro? Tractor can solo on Siege. So you know what? Sekhmet, I think, is one of the more underrated monsters in the game. She can be really brutal in RTA, and I think she's really effective. I'll give you that, not my tractor. My tractor can't even 4-man on Siege. But no, I think Sekhmet is really one of those monsters that's underrated. The meta kind of caught up to her. She wasn't good in the old meta, and she is good in the new meta, but people just don't use her much. I wouldn't feel meh about her at all, though. I'd be kind of happy. You got to be able to devil her. That's the one thing. Like, I have her also, and I just can't devil her, but... BJ5 team with minimum towers. Yes. Okay. Yeah. No. Sekhmet is a late mid game or later monster because she's pure PvP. Just like, well, you know what? Tyrannus is actually an end game monster because he's so freaking stat hungry. Like, Sekhmet actually isn't all that stat hungry. She just can't do anything outside of PvP. Tyrannus is like straight up end game only. The big thing about Sekhmet, she's messed me up this way a couple of times because she's got the same skill too as Bastet. So she gets that reset and control, and but then she gets that AoE defense break too. So she can like completely shut down if you bring one immunity buffer and she outspeeds you. She resets your immunity buffer, and unlike Okeanos, she actually does reset you. And then the next turn around, she defense breaks your whole team and it just wrecks you. Yeah, I thought that was fun to kind of change that one around. Lord, let's see, Mephisto. Since I don't have him, I can't tell you exactly how stat hungry he is, but my take on him is no. I think he's one of those monsters that can do his job in like even total crap runes, but if you put him in good runes, then he's going to shine even more. So it's like... There's a lot of Mina. Okay, so here you go. Mina, we've got her right up on the screen right here. Mina can do her job in like your crappiest Swift set, but Mina can do an amazing job in your best Swift set. So it's just kind of like the bar to use. Whereas Tyrannus, if you put him in generic runes, you may as well not use him at all. He needs those stats in order to be effective. What's up, Sky? I'm glad you made it over here to Twitch. That's exactly it, Sim. I mean, Mephisto is there for one thing and one thing only, which, well, no, he's there for two things, but his main thing that he's there for is just to prevent the resurrect, and that is enough. That might actually be kind of fun. I don't know if she'll accept, but that would be kind of fun. I think a lot of people know who Sky is, too. Yeah, prime anti-Perna. He's a prime anti-Beelzebub. He's really good against Vanessa Triana. I mean, obviously, he's good against anything that resurrects, but he completely wrecked my Beelzebub the other day. And he's got some attack bar boosting as well. Hey, GQK, glad you were able to make it. I'm sure you do. The thing is, I don't believe you do, Sim, because you probably never see Beelzebub because nobody actually uses him. Probably you don't have to be seeing either right now because I was just talking. Last Legend tournament. Yeah, exactly, Kutsera. Mephisto is, I mean, he's a specific counter pick, but he's a really good counter pick. Bro, you have no idea. The demons set me off so bad yesterday. I was just raging. I'm trying so hard. I am trying so hard to like him. But he's not good. He's just not good. So, yeah, I was raging over him yesterday. He's just not good. Okay. All right, so let's get to these. We've got 68 reaps, so let's start doing some reaps here. So it looks like we've got 17 violent runes, and off the top of my head, I see a bunch of decent targets, but I like this attack sub. How about this one? Bio 3, Bio 1, Bio 4. We're not on inventory, right? Nope. Okay, we got none and legend. Ooh, here's the one right here. And this is actually a total trash rune, so this is definitely where we're going to start. Everybody else can hear me, right? Okay, so Sky is just deaf. You might want to reload, Sky. That probably didn't make sense. If somebody else could type it out, because my keyboard is like behind my tablet, it's kind of hard to type. Okay, so let's, we got our first really good target, so let's come over here. Sadly, Sky is younger than me, I think. Okay, so this rune right here. 26 crit damage, which would be really nice if it wasn't an HP slot 4 with no speed and no crit rate. So that's actually just kind of unfortunate it rolled this way, but it does make it for a beautiful re-app target. So Dylan, are you ready? Are you ready for your re-apps? Because here comes the first one. Now, just to recap, the last time we did this, like 2 days ago when we did this, I called a 21 speed rune right out the gate, and it did come right out the gate. So here's what I'm calling today. The first re-app is going to be total garbage. I am sure of it. But the second re-app, we're going to nail it. First re-app is just going to be garbage, though. We got to get this one out of the way, and then the second one's going to be a monster. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, well, that actually is a significant upgrade from where we were, so we're going to take that. But now here comes the speed roll. I'm thinking we're not going to shoot as high as 21. It's a slot 4 HP. I'm thinking let's say 18, but on a triple roll. We want 18 speed on a triple roll with like a fat defense sub. Well, 10 with a fat defense sub. I was close. If you just reverse the defense flat and the speed. All right, so me personally, I keep this right side one here. We're going to keep re-apping it, so I'm not going to make Dylan choose. Because we are going to keep re-apping it. Okay, guys, I keep seeing Sky say that I'm not, that I'm frozen and so forth, but it's working for everybody else, right? Okay, yeah, it's obviously working for everybody else. So we're going to keep this one. All right, let's see here. So for those of you who can't hear it, Sky, you're making me stop the stream to type. Okay, we're not taking the flat, obviously, but that was a quad roll. You know, in my videos, I say you should always keep all quad rolls. Not so much that one. All right, we started with 68, so this is 5 re-apps into this rune, and I think we're going to move on to the next rune. Actually, okay, let's back out of the rune manager for a moment. Let me see if we have some scrolls here, something to just break it up, and just kind of like break up that RNG a little bit. That's a fusion. Where is your summon? Here it is. Here it is. Oh, that's power up. No, what am I doing? Where's the little summon disc? That's fusion, power up. Man. Oh. You made it kind of obvious, didn't you? Kind of hard. How did I miss that? All right. Let's see. We have no mystical scrolls, so that's not going to happen. Let's just summon an unknown scroll then. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. I like the way... I'm going to summon another one because I like the way it kind of circles in the trees there. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right. Why don't you farm? Okay, we broke things up a little bit. Let's go back and see if we can pop out. Now I think we're ready to call something a little bit better. Where's that HP rune? Oh, we no longer have crit damage on it. That's why. Let's see. Here it is. Okay, I think now we are ready. Let's throw one power up in here too. It's going to react better after it fails that power up. Okay, here we go. 21 speed. Is it time? Can we just say 21 speed? Let's say 21 speed. Yeah. All right. 22, not getting greedy. 63 flat defense. Man, these are kind of ugly. Okay, we're going to move on to the next rune and come back to this one. This one has... Oh, that's actually not a bad rune. You guys can't see it yet. Let's see here. Bring this back. So let's go ahead. We're actually going to update the rune we just did in the optimizer so that I don't miss it later. So we got 17% defense. We've got 18 defense flat. Got 10 speed. And 12 resistance, which I don't mind resistance on that rune at all. If it was faster, I would actually be totally fine with the resistance. So the efficiency dropped on it slightly, but it's obviously a much more usable rune than it was before. Now, I don't think I want to do this crit rate one. Violent crit rate's not bad, to be honest. If you have, like, Diana, or even for Verd, because I think we just looked at your Verd, right? And he's not on a violent crit rate. So this one actually might give you some more flexibility if you could land a good roll on it. The other two we're not going to mess with, but it's always important. Well, yeah, it honestly is. It's always important to have one really good crit rate rune. Now, if you were to gem speed onto this, rune, it would actually be really high efficiency. So we're gonna hold off on that one. It's not our first target. We'll come back to it. That's a 5-star. We're obviously not going to re-app any 5-stars, so let's clear that out. Take a look at this. Hey Sky, can you hear now? Did you pull the earplugs out? Okay, oh man, I hate re-apping slot 5 runes, but that rune is kind of ugly. I mean, well, it does have 21 attack. But you'd have to gem the resistance. The efficiency would be low. Honestly, no, that rune is really ugly. Like, is it this one? Yeah. No, it's not this one. Yeah, no, it's this one. So we'll come back over here. So to me, honestly, this rune is kind of ugly. Like, you gem the resistance for... I mean, with all that attack, you're going to want to put crit rate on it. And then you only have 2 grindable stats. So, although I'm not a big fan of re-apping slot 5, I would do this one, so I'm going to leave it up to you, Dylan. Especially because we have so many re-apps, even though we didn't start out great, but we have a lot of re-apps to go. So this would be my selected target, but Dylan, you got to give me a thumbs up or thumbs down on this one. Slot 5 is normally not my first choice. Sounds good. Yeah, we're not going to go crazy on a slot 5. If something doesn't hit quick, then we're going to just keep, move along. The nice thing is, if you do... Ooh, that's interesting. See, now it's much more of a support rune. You could gem in the speed, and it wouldn't actually be much slower than it was. Because you figure, I mean, you're not going to... I count 8 speed on my gems. Because your legend gems are so hard to get. But if you gem in 8 speed, it's a slow rune either way. But 33 defense is thick. I mean, that's basically... It's a low quad roll, but it's a quad roll defense. So I would keep this side. You got to give me that same thumbs up, thumbs down. I would also say these stats synergize a little bit better. Because even though the accuracy is low, I gem away the crit damage. And gem the crit damage for speed, and you've got HP defense speed. Yeah, I like it also. All right, so for right now, do you happen to have a speed gem? You don't. So for right now, we're gonna save that rune because I mean that's a thick roll right there. 33 defense. Your next highest was 25 ungrinded. So yeah, we're gonna adjust this rune over here. We're gonna make this. The speed turned into crit damage, and it's 7. The accuracy is only 4 now, but the attack percent boosted up to 33 defense. That, I mean, that's honestly, I probably don't even want to hit that again because it's really hard. You're talking 43 defense after you grind it, and then you could gem in, you know, 11, 12 speed depending on how lucky you are. Yeah, I like that rune. So we're going to leave that one alone. I'm going to go ahead and just click lock on it because we're done with it. We're going to come back. Okay, now we're going to come back to the bad luck rune. Wow, reading this chat, it's like being in guild chat now. Everybody's just jumping on Sky. Alright, so we're coming back to the rune that was being stubborn previously, and we're going to hit it again, but we're probably going to hit it while we're on stream and not blocked off. So here we go. It's time for this rune to give in and give us some speed. One speed higher. Not the greatest subs. I don't think it really matters because we're not done with this one yet, but the left side was better. Even though it was 1 speed slower, it was better. Oh, actually, yeah, no, the left side is still better. I hope the whole stream isn't just re-apping one rune. That is not a good thing. So we're stopping again after this one right here. The HP flat again. What is up with this? Okay, we're coming back to that rune. You've got a slot 3 up here that we can do a little bit of speed chasing with. I just want to make sure. Yeah. The problem is that it's your single best re-app target. Like your other runes, not all. I mean, it's. You know what? Let's switch over to. Let me take a look at your Swift. Let me see if it's worth doing a little bit of speed chasing in Swift. So we're going to come over here to Swift. I'm going to clear out these initial requirements. I just want to see how fast your overall Swift runes are. So you get 25, 24, 22. Yeah, you could definitely benefit from a little bit of... yeah, we can do will runes as well. Do you want me to do will before Swift? I usually try to do 4 sets before 2 sets. Because obviously it's harder to make a 4 set. You have to use 4 of them. That's why I went to Swift first. But we can definitely do the will. So let's see. We'll go innate stat none. Well, we've got plenty, so we'll bounce around through both of them. We've got innate stat none, legend quality. We're going to come up here from the bottom. Oh, 19 speed. Yeah, that one's kind of... and it's a defense percent, so that one's a keeper. Even though it's really low efficiency, that's a keeper. 21 crit damage is also a keeper. You just need to gem speed onto this one. Wait, yeah, you can gem speed. Yeah, so you gem the... oh, no, it's got 8 speed. I missed that. So you probably need to gem crit rate. You gem the flat defense for crit rate, and that's actually going to be a really nice rune. Do you have crit rate? You do? Oh. Probably not going to use that magic gem, though. Okay, how about this one? Okay, so we've got speed innate, so we're not going to touch that. As a matter of fact, let me just let me flag no innate speed up here. So the Zing Shay, we can't really re-app. I mean, we can re-app that one, but I wouldn't do it. Hey, Garv, glad you made it. Hey, Xylene. Okay, I think I see our first big re-app target right here. This accuracy resistance is a dysfunctional rune. It sucks that the HP is innate, but it's still, the rune as it is just kind of dysfunctional. So here's the thing with this rune. If I can find, let me find it and display it. It's on, oh, we got to be in will. That's why I can't find it. Where is Sig? Here's Sig. Okay, so this rune right here, the downside is that HP being grindable and on slot 1 means that we can only get 2 grindable subs on the re-app, which lowers the ceiling for the rune. The upshot is that resistance and accuracy, but particularly the resistance just does not work with the crit damage or crit rate, and the rune is not grindable as it is. So it's an 86% rune that can't grow at all, which makes it worth re-apping, but what it also means is that we don't want to re-app it a lot. The first thing that's usable we're going to take and stop because we don't want to re-app a whole lot when you have HP percent innate. So all we're looking for is to make this rune usable. That is usable! Damn! That is definitely usable. All right, we got our first 20 speed re-app right there. Hot damn. All right, I'm going to hold on to that one, but let's see. What can we... Bro, you got to sell... You know what? I can't even stand looking at these. We got to get rid of a couple of these things here. So, okay, not that. That has got to go. And then these have really got to go because honestly, you are never going to use a 2-speed rune and you're never going to use a 2 crit rate rune. So those just have to go. Okay. All right, man, popped straight out on the 20 speeder right there. Where's it come out to now? So that's 20. Which is the 3rd fastest slot 1. Not bad. Okay, your SIG is going to need a little bit of a change here. So what you're going to want to do, this I will not want to use on this rune because the 20 speed is awesome, but the rune is not going to synergize well with it. So we want to save that. But what you want to do is the next time you get like a blue or a purple, you know, a rare or a hero attack percent gem, that's what you're probably going to want to put on this rune. So you gem out the resistance and you put on attack percent. All right, so this rune is definitely done. One and done on a 20 speed. This guy's here for the chat. I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's update this one in the optimizer. 15 accuracy too. That's you know what? That could be like that could be a sick like Galleon Shield Will rune with that 15 accuracy. It could also be a pretty damn good Ciara rune. You'd have to probably it wouldn't work for so much for Ciara, but it'd be a really nice Shield Will Galleon rune. All right, so we're gonna pop out the 20 speed. I worry that it might be a little bit squishy for Lauren. I mean, it's a slot 1, so they're not normally going to be that thick. But it could work as a Lauren rune, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of monsters that are just going to love 24 speed and 15 accuracy. There's a lot of places you could use that, really. So it was 18 accuracy. That dropped to 15. The resistance dropped to 5. The crit rate converted into crit damage. That's the only thing that really could have made that re-app perfect. If the crit damage right here was crit rate, that would have been a dead-on perfect re-app. But even so, that is really beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and lock that. Now let's take a look at some other options here. So this slot 3, now 26 crit damage. 26 crit damage we gotta leave alone. There's a slot 1 up here that is also pretty dysfunctional. No, it's a slot 3. It's another slot 3. It's another dysfunctional rune. So when I say dysfunctional, what I mean is simply that the stats don't synergize. And so like when we look at this rune, it's the same thing as the other one. 11 crit rate is awesome. 18 accuracy is awesome, but 13 resistance doesn't work with them. So it's, to me, what I call it is a dysfunctional rune. Now, it's the same deal here. We have that 7% defense innate, so all we want is to make this a usable rune. We're not going to, like, invest or speed chase on this. Although, if we land another 20 speed, I won't complain. But, you know, we just want to make this somewhat usable. Whoa? What? No, not so much. Not so much. Started out nice. The 15 crit damage was a nice first roll. That's garbage. Okay, this is a much more functional rune right here. This is much more functional to me. So where you would go with this now is you're going to convert this accuracy into crit rate because it's a slot 3. You can't get attack percent anyway. And the defense percent is already, the defense percent's already innate. So you make this crit rate and you've got the, oh, son of a, I remember last time okay, so here's what we're going to do. This is what I did last time as well because I kept forgetting to switch. We're gonna show both. Okay, so guys, what you missed was 3 apps, and the first 2 were utter garbage. And here's the third one. I guess we're gonna slow it up. We're gonna bring it up slowly. So it's 15 crit damage, 8 speed. That's the only kind of downside. The accuracy is what you're gonna gem for crit rate, and then we've got that 11 HP right there as well. So it's a much better rune than it was previously. And let's see. Here we go. Now we've got both sections of the screen up. Sky, the answer to that is yes. Pretty simple. All right, so yeah, as I was saying, Dylan, you're going to go ahead and just change this accuracy to crit rate, and it just turned into too late, Sky. Already answered. Asked and answered. All right, so let's see here. We have got... Can I do, okay, here's what I can do. Come on, screen. That is, that's not resized properly. There we go. So we put that there, there, and there. And we take that. Oh, man, this is... OBS is just trolling me right now. OBS is trolling me hardcore. It keeps changing windows on me. And then resizing the wrong thing. Okay, we're gonna lock that so it stops resizing the wrong thing. Now, how's that? Can you guys see the swap now? Is that better? Oh, you didn't actually miss anything. You missed me screwing around with OBS. Okay, is that better so you guys can see both windows? I'll take the silence as a yes. and we'll go ahead now and find our next re-app target. Oh, we gotta update this in Swap real quick. So that's the only downside. You won't be able to see the updates, but I don't think that part actually matters. The rune. Oh, you can't see the rune. Okay, I'll take Swap off. All right, I'll do a better job of remembering to go back and forth between the screens, I think. Because it's kind of weird if I'm looking in one window and you guys can't see it. So I'll just make sure I do a better job of switching back and forth. All right, we're going to go ahead and update this rune. And so we've got 11% HP. No accuracy, it's going to be, well, no, it's 5 accuracy. The resistance turned into 11% HP. The speed is going to be 8. And the crit rate turned into crit damage at 15. New efficiency down a little bit, but the rune is synergized much better. We'll lock that because we're not going to go back to it. And let's take a look. So this one with the 21 crit damage, we're going to leave that alone. This one has 19 speed, so we're going to leave that alone as well. Now, I believe I can, yeah, I can do this by unlock, so we just start sorting down the list this way. Okay, here's oh, that's pretty nice. So you got, what, 25 speed. Yeah, we're going to take that one off the list as well. What about this one? 106% on your Lucian. 21 crit rate. Yeah, you obviously want to keep that. Then you've got this slot 5 on Fran. Resistance sub. So a lot of attack and HP. Kind of low speed and crit rate. But it will be over 100% rune. And it is a slot 5, so I think we want to leave that one alone. We've got a Will 2 here. We're not going to reamp a Will 2 defense percent. There's just no value in that, so we'll leave that one alone. Got a another Will 5 here. This one is this one's actually a decent target. So let's come back over here. Once again, we don't want to do too many reamps into a slot 5, but I think this one's worth just testing the waters a little bit. And let's resort this by default grade. Not that one. Definitely not that one. Are we still... Is it on a monster? Oh, it's on a monster. It's on Samanth. That's why. Okay. That's actually... You know what? That's actually not a bad rune. I would gem that crit damage into probably HP percent, and it's a really big rune. This one we shouldn't be reapping. That's really not a bad rune at all. That 20 attack works so well with the rune. It's not one we want to change. So we're gonna come back over. We're gonna look on swap one more time. There's a 21 crit damage. Slot 2 attack. So we're going to bring this out here. We're going to come back over to unlocked. So there's only these two left now. That's a slot 2 attack and then the slot 1 on Xingshi. The slot 1, we're in that same boat with the slot 1 where it's like you don't want to invest too much into it. But this one could be worth hitting once or twice because that resistance doesn't fit really well. So let's see what we can do with it. Damn, 25 crit damage. Discord Ennial. That's weird. Hawk, you'll have to tell me what you mean after stream. I'm not or is it like my this I'm not yeah, you'll have to tell me what you mean after stream. All right, so 25 crit damage is pretty interesting, and you only had 9 speed on the other side, so I feel like you could probably gem in. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. You could gem in the same amount of speed. I would probably keep the. You see it now under stream. Okay, I might actually wait. Maybe I know what you guys are talking about. So if we go view docs, stream info. No, it shows me as a... Okay, yeah. I'll have to see the screenshot. These are for Dylan. These are not my own, actually. Yeah, see, on here, on the Go Live notification on my side, it shows as Reamps and Labyrinth for Dylan. So we'll take a look at it after stream. I'm leaning towards just keeping that right side and then gemming in... honestly, I'd probably gem in attack percentage, and this could be a sick Belager rune as you're building your BJR5. Not that he needs the accuracy... But, I mean, 25 crit damage, that's a really tough thing to get. So I would take this. Give me your thumbs up or thumbs down, Dylan. Oh, you know what? You've got attack percentage in the innate, so you obviously can't gem in the attack, so I would just gem in the speed. I would just gem in the speed, but it's still, that's a keeper. I mean, 25 CD is a keeper for sure. Okay, we've got one more will rune, and we still got 50 reapps. So let me see. Now here's the thing about this other will rune that we could look at. This has 21 crit damage. Yeah, but that's why I don't want to keep on that rune. It was like a, you know, a one and done kind of deal, just trying to make it a little bit more usable when you've got that innate. See, I don't mind innate. I actually like innate CR because CR is not grindable. But yeah, for an attack slot too, it's a little bit tougher. The rune itself, though, the thing is, it's kind of low efficiency. Not kind of. It's really low efficiency. The crit damage is nice, but you're always going to be limited by that crit rate. We can come back to this one. I don't think this should be our primary target because I think this one is going to eat up reaps. That's the big thing. And then what are you trying to get at that point? You're basically speed chasing or crit damage chasing, and you already have the crit damage. So I would probably come back to that one, but that was the last will rune for now that makes for a viable option. So we're going to switch over to Swift and speed chase a little bit. And let's see here. So we've got this, the Julie rune. We'll come to that later. 20 crit damage. I think right here. It's got HP innate though. Okay, how about this one? Swift 2 attack. No, we're definitely not going to touch a Swift 2 attack. So let's see here. Swift 4, but that's got the attack percent innate. So Swift 2 HP we're not going to mess with. The Clara Swift 5. The Clara Swift 5 is actually a decent one. We could try and speed chase on that one a little bit. Again, not a huge fan of doing slot 5s, but we're moving along through the runes pretty quick, and this rune is not very functional as it is, so let's give it a shot and see if we can get a little bit of love on the speed. Not so much on that one. So this is the problem with reapping Swift. If this were a violent rune, I would take the right side. On a Swift rune, you know what? I still keep the right side on a Swift rune because you could gem in 8 or 9 speed. It's only 5 slower. No, he's got a lot of attack percent and HP percent innate also, but I'd rather re-up CR innate than HP or attack percent innate. Honestly, I think I take this one and I just re-gem the speed. Although then you don't have attack percent. Never mind. Yeah, no, I get it. It's just there's not a whole lot of options. I'll show you back on the swap. There's not a whole lot of great re-app options over here. Yeah, I would probably keep this one right here because there's no attack percent. I would just keep the speed and use it as a support rune. I just need Dylan to kick in. I'm not going to pick one over the other, but my choice would be the left side. And then re-app again, honestly. Do what I think is best. All right, there we go. So we don't want to over-invest on a slot 5 with an 8. CR, let's see, same speed, left side's better, that's a no-brainer. Alright, we're going to move off of this rune. This one's going to be a tough one to do much with. So you can see over here in swap what the options are. They're somewhat limited. We're going to move on to the next page. Actually, let's see if we can narrow this down to 4s and 6s to start. Jump back over to page 1. Okay, there were a couple in here that were absolute no. Yeah, so we got rid of the 2s. We just finished Will, actually, Bitboy. There was nothing left in Will. So here's the Will, if you wanted to see. Literally, these are the 2 options, and this one we actually re-apped already. I just didn't upgrade it in swap, so the only option remaining in Will was that Will 2 that we looked at. Couple of good efficiency runes, and then 120 speed rune. So there wasn't a whole ton left in Violent either, but we'll take one more look here at Violent. Let's see, we're clear up there. Mid-game. Less than me, hype. Okay, yeah, so there you go. That's a good question. I did this one on YouTube stream as well. So everybody has different definitions, and not everybody agrees with my definition. So here's my definition. Early game is about establishing your teams and basically setting everything up in Rift. So early game is getting your dungeons under a minute. It's beating the Rift bosses, not necessarily with Triple S, but just beating them. It's beating all the PvE accomplishments. Mid game is about transitioning. The first part of mid game is transitioning all of that into speed teams. So it's getting 40-second dungeons and Triple S or 5 million on the Rifts. And then the second part of mid-game is starting to think about Guild Wars and Siege and building PvP depth. And then endgame is when you move into RTA. That would be my definition. And a lot of people think that that's too long, and they say as soon as you have a 1-minute dungeon team, you're in endgame. And what I would say to that is the game's barely even started when you have your first 1-minute dungeon team. That's like the first 15% of the game. Like, I was playing in a tougher time, and I had a 1-minute dungeon team in 2 months. And that probably way less than that. I mean, that's really where you're barely starting. We're going to be running through all of them. There's not a ton of... well, not all of them. We're going to be running mostly through Violent, Will, and Swift. Well, Will's completely done. So we're going to be running back and forth between Violent and Swift. Didn't have a ton of... I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, 314. A 314 Bernard, that could be mid-game speed. It's just it gets really hard to get past there. Yeah, 5 years ago, a 1-minute dungeon might be late game. Even 3 years ago, like before Twins. Before Twins, a 1-minute dungeon was probably late game. When I started, Twins were the thing, and I mean, that is a 1-minute dungeon. You put your twins into any 6 random runes. Doesn't even have to be a set. Like, just close your eyes and put runes on them, and you have a 1-minute dungeon, basically. And yes, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not by much. Especially when Shayna attack bar reduced, you literally total garbage runes. All you needed was Shayna, Sabrina, and Verd, and as long as she's reducing attack bar, total damage runes, and you're fine. Damage? Garbage. Total garbage runes. Dylan, we will move to those at the end. I just want to make sure I go through all the best options before I do. Kotsero, there is no trick to that I'm aware of. It's all just RNG. The trick is, honestly, the trick is scale. The more you farm and the more you do, eventually the better you're going to, it's all a numbers game. So if you farm enough and you re-ep enough and you inscribe enough, then eventually you'll get the rolls. The trick is definitely not rune packs. I guarantee you, rune packs are diminishing returns. They help you advance through early and mid game a lot. They're very low value in late game. It's nearly impossible to get a rune from a rune pack that's going to be better than what a late game player has. The best you can hope for is to build depth in your siege box. Devils are the single best thing you could buy in the game. Devils are the single most important thing, and it's the only thing that gives you a guarantee out of a pack. It's like the only... Well, crystals obviously to farm, but yeah, Devils are by far and away your best packs, and re-apps are... Well, Anniversary and Event packs are your next best, and then probably re-apps. Rune packs are really useful to help you get your initial speed team set up, But if you're getting to that point where you're thinking about doing RTA and you're buying a rune pack thinking it's going to improve you, you're going to be really disappointed. Yeah, trans scrolls are still a little bit of RNG. I mean, my last 4 trans scrolls were all dupes. It was all choices of dupes. But I have a lot of nat 5s, obviously. All right, so let's take back a look here. That's not the greatest target, but it's not a terrible one. I'd like to see some defense. This one, actually, this is kind of a viable target. I think we're going to take a look at this one. Yeah, the same thing. Anything that's RNG based, the earlier in the game you are, the better anything RNG based is. Immemorial packs are better earlier in the game as well. Yeah, I know, Wasted. You know what, 20 is not terrible for being on Twitch, but I knew that there was definitely the potential for this to happen, for it to be much lower. All right, so 14 speed, but with no defense here. I mean, you could gem in the defense. This is not a terrible rune, but I think it's probably the best target I'm seeing for right now. So let's give it a couple of hits and see. Well, if we compare a bit, so the last YouTube stream was 186, so it's a big difference. But yeah, like Wasted Talent just said, it's like I'm not known on Twitch, obviously. So I definitely would need to be on here a little bit more, and probably doing some other types of content as well, some RTA and stuff like that. Yeah, it was crazy. It was so after the stream analytics, it was a 6.5 hour stream, and it never dropped below 110 for the whole time. 186 was the peak. All right, so we are gonna go ahead with this one right here. We're only gonna hit it with a couple of. We're only gonna hit it a couple of times. I think we might actually just need to move to no innate, because I'm really just not seeing. Yeah, like I said, it's more fun with more viewers, but it's also more fun when the chat's coming in faster. It's so tough. It's just I mean, it's tough because Twitch is such a better platform to stream on. All right, so, whoops. So if we hit 40 on this, I'm going to move on to the no innates, because I'm really just, like, I don't know that we're benefiting your account enough with these runes that we're re-apping. I would, yeah, we're going to move on to no innate, because I'm burning re-apps on runes that don't need them. I'd rather put 15 re-apps into one rune and make it great that's already garbage than trying to improve runes that aren't bad to begin with for your account. I think your account will benefit more by making more better runes, if that makes sense. Okay, we can go back to that violent one more time, the one that was being stubborn, and then after that we're going to start going with some stuff that has no innate. Because I just feel like, I mean, like, you know, if I were on an endgame account, then you would be speed chasing a little bit more. But I think right now you're simply just going to benefit from us creating greater diversity of runes. So if we don't hit something here... Oh, all right. 16 speed is an upgrade. I wish it had defense %, but you can gem it in. Yeah, exactly, Ace. That's the thing. Okay, so I wish the attack % was defense %, but I think this is actually your fastest slot 4 right now. I'm gonna take a quick look. It's actually, I mean, it's almost a no-brainer. You have to keep the 16 speed, but yeah, this is your fastest slot 4, so we're definitely gonna keep the 16 speed. You don't get a say in the matter, and if you get a defense gem, you're just going to gem out that flat defense. And the resistance synergizes fairly well on this rune. It'll be triple grindable, so it'll be really high efficiency. It'll actually be really high efficiency. It's a pretty nice rune. It would just would have been better if the attack and defense would be swapped. Yeah, it's actually not that... I don't mind resist on HP runes, because that's usable for a Triana, for a Harmonia, for a Tetra. I mean, this is a slot 4 HP is going on a pure support monster. It's not even going on a bruiser. So the resistance there is not bad at all. Not for me, anyway. And then from an efficiency perspective... Yeah, well, that's why I said I would have rather the attack was swapped with defense. But from an efficiency, again, you know, you put attack percent on a Triana is also not bad. It's less useful on like a Tetra, but not bad on a Triana. And at least it's not like crit damage, because crit damage is a total waste, where the attack percentage is still going to give you a little bit of baseline. So we'll just swap this over and update the rune so you can see what the new efficiency is. The resistance, unfortunately, would have been better if the resistance at least had some better rolls. Yeah, it could work on Fran. It would synergize pretty well with the Fran. The flat defense turns into 17 flat. So it was 79. It's actually an 84% efficiency rune. And then just if you want to get an idea of what it'll look like once you've done some raiding, Dylan, I don't like to assume like max legends or anything, because it just doesn't happen. So what I would assume is that you're going to get a hero, you're going to roll in the middle, and then you'll hit it with a max hero grind, which makes it 16% defense. It'll actually be 20% attack, which is just a max hero grind. And then 20 speed, which is a max hero grind. So that's what I like to look at. And then this would turn into 102% efficiency rune, which is really, really a very solid slot for 20 speed rune. So that's kind of what you'd be looking at right there. Now let's go ahead and we're going to bail out on the innates. And we're going to say without innate and see if we can find it. But now that we're going without innate, we're going to switch over to the 4s and 6s where people are normally the weakest. We might do a little speed chasing on some slot 1s, but for right now I want to focus a little bit on rune depth. I'm going to pull up your rune box back over here on the screen so that we can see you've only got one violent slot 6, period. You do have a bunch of 4s and then a few 2s, but I think most of the 2s were attack percent. No, they weren't. Okay, so what do we have here? Defense, defense, attack. And the speed rune is actually really nice. It's a 5-star, so we'd never re-app it anyway, but it's really nice stats. Well, it's triple grindable. It's triple grindable anyway. So we have already done some 4s, so let's take a look at the 6. I don't love re-apping defense percent, particularly without innate, so maybe we are going to do a little bit of speed chasing. Oh, well, yeah, that is true. Yeah, what I was talking about inventory runes, because I tend to assume that the runes on the monsters are generally calibrated into sets, so I usually don't re-app a rune that's already on my monsters. Unless I'm doing it out of swap, where I can see that it's not going to mess something up. You know, if you have monsters speed tuned and then I go re-app it, then I break the speed tuning on your team. We did re-app the Samanth rune because Samanth isn't a monster that's normally speed tuned and it was a good target. But outside of that, yeah. Alright, so if we look at the slot 6s, the one on Eladriel, actually probably pushing it to try and get something better than that. That's actually not a bad rune. Let's see, the one on Talia. The one on Talia, actually, that is a prime re-app target. I know you've got, so it's got 11 crit rate and crit damage, but if we look, you've got one similar in inventory already. Oh no, that's defense, never mind. I mean, I see why you kept it because of the 11 crit rate and crit damage, but that 19 resistance is effectively an empty stat for Talia. Yeah, there's your big takeaway. So the big takeaway from last stream was when you go to FRR, strip the monsters you don't use. The big takeaway from this stream is don't re-app monsters that are speed tuned to teams. So let me just show you that re-app is effective, or that resistance is effectively 0 value on the Talia. So if you take the rune like this and you look at it, it's a legend rune at 66. I mean, it's just not tapping into its potential. So I would try and hit this, and even with the crit rate, crit damage. So I don't know. There's some people who might disagree with me, but I feel like you're not getting enough, even though the crit rate and crit damage are nice. But because for this type of rune, I just want you to give me a go ahead before I re-app it. I'd love to know why my music keeps stopping also. There we go. All you had to say, the magic words. Oh, damn! And it doesn't synergize for shit. Oh, man. I mean, you have to keep a 21 speed rune, but it, like, got worse. But you have to keep it. Oh. That's why this swap thing is screwed. Man, sorry about that. All right. Well, you already heard. I would have actually made it dramatic, but you already heard me say 21 speed. I mean, you have to keep a 21 speed rune. You have to keep, but it literally got worse for how you were using it because it's an attack percentage rune. So, Dave, if you can't see, then that means you're lagged. I did switch it back over now. There you go. Okay. So, I mean, at least you can, do you have... So, honestly, now here's the thing. I know the resistance is 2 of your hits, but I would still gem the resistance, unless you're going to wind up using this on a booster. It's an attack rune, though. So, me personally, I'd probably gem the resistance and just go for efficiency, and then I would use it on, like, a Mimir or an Ajir, you know, one of the Barbarian Kings who really need a lot of efficiency. But you could grind the flat HP and the speed. So, and I'm not going to do it, but just for example, if you gem this to HP percent, then it would be a super efficient rune, and it would work on like a, you know, like I said, a Barbarian King or a monster that's going to a Perna. That would actually, it would be a really good Perna rune if you could pull the crit rate and crit damage from other slots, things like that. So just an example of what you could do with it, but I would get rid of the resistance that doesn't have a lot of value and then just make it so that all 4 stats can be grinded, with the HP flat being one of the grindable stats. Yeah, exactly, Bitboy. It's, I mean, you have to keep a 21. It's 25 speed, 26 if you had a miracle, but for me it's a 25 speed slot 6. That is way too hard to come by. You can't get rid of that. All right, so we're going to take this rune out of play now. We'll come back here to unlocked. Make sure you're hitting live chat, maybe. I don't know, because people were saying, like when I tested it in chat, I typed something in chat on my own window on the other side, and I was seeing it immediately come up for me. Yeah, there's 0 lag for me right now. Okay. Okay, so let's find our next target. Let's take a look at this Hua rune. The Hua rune is actually really nice. We're not going to mess with that. Kind of low efficiency, but just a really good stat mix for a slot 6. It would be hard to hit it to be much better than that. And then this Eladriel rune is probably fast, and it's already triple grindable and gemmable, so we're not going to mess with that. And then I don't want to do a defense rune unless we're just like desperate for stuff, so we're not going to mess with that. So we'll take a look at some of the slot 4s. Yeah, exactly, Bit. Let's go ahead and let's just take defense percent off the table to thin this out a little bit. That brings us to 11, so I'm going to bring them all right here. Now, you know what? That crit rate rune, I wanted to see if we could do a Vertihile rune for you. So this time I'm going to remember to come back over here. You did have one crit rate rune that was actually a really nice re-app target. Now, I wouldn't necessarily, if you hadn't had 65 re-apps, I probably would never re-app a crit rate. Not like I would recommend it. But when you've got enough re-apps, trying to make one Verti rune No, I remember why I didn't do this before now. It's low efficiency now, but if you gem the speed in, it's actually already a decent Verd rune. Yeah, I mean you've got crit damage and attack percent. It'll be slow, but it's a decent Verd rune, so it's probably not worth it. And then do you have any speed on the other two? No, you don't. Okay. Yeah, so that's why we didn't go for that one before. Let's see. You do have a crit damage rune here. Actually, you've got a prime target crit damage rune. I found it. So it's no innate. Who's it on? It's on Zenobia, and you're probably not using Zenobia. So this is the same deal as the Talia rune. The 20% attack is the only really usable stat. I mean, obviously the crit rate, but it's 4 crit rate. So this is a rune that has massive potential to upgrade, even on kind of a derp. Like, that's actually a better rune already. Even though I mean, you could gem speed over the resistance, and it's actually a really nice rune. Yeah, that's a big upgrade right there. That's it's a highly efficient rune, the double max roll crit. I would actually leave this rune alone right here. I wouldn't re-app this again. I think that's already a win. Especially with no innate, that's definitely a win. So here's the thing, guys. I feel like a crit rate rune is worth re-apping. I just feel like this crit rate rune is going to be tough to improve upon. Unless you're just pure speed chasing, this is a genuinely nice rune. You gem on the speed, and it's going to be like 100% efficiency rune with 20% attack sub and a little bit of crit damage. So if I were going to redo one of his crit rate runes, I'd do one of the ones without innate. Well, you got to look at what it would be after gems and grinds. So which one? I want to go not innate. So if you take this one right here and you look at what it would be after gems and grinds. Let's say you gem in 11 speed, you grind the attack to 27, and you grind the defense to 19, which is all just heroes. That's a 99% efficiency rune. And to me, that's kind of like your target. If you can hit 100% efficiency in slot 2, 4, 6, that's a really big target, especially at mid game. But we'll leave it up to Dylan then. If there's a couple people in chat who think I should re-app this one, I'm kind of inclined to think that it's hard to improve on it. If I were to re-app a crit rate, I would do one of the other legend ones. Dylan, your call. Speed. Get rid of that. Put this back here. There we go. See, I would rather do... I'd rather probably do this one that I have highlighted. Crit rate slot 4 could go on a Diana. It could go on a Helena. It could go on a Verdahile. It could go on if you're... sometimes you might have tons of... Like, you might have tons of crit damage subs on other runes, but you can't make 100 crit rate. And you can actually use a crit rate slot 4 or even 85 crit rate. Like, you might have a bunch of runes with 25 crit damage, but no crit rate. And you use a crit rate rune and it balances out to make a thick monster also. Ace, I think, recently made 165 crit damage Verdahile using a crit rate rune. Triple Revenge, is that right, Ace? 165 crit damage using a crit rate rune, something like that. If you can get Diana to 100 crit rate through subs, then you'd rather put her on crit damage, but you're going to need her to be at least 40k HP. You want a little bit of defense. So a lot of people have difficulty getting her into that build. It's a lot of rune efficiency required to put her on a crit damage build. See, I would just, for me, the one thing is I would take this rune, which is a worse rune. Even though it doesn't have innate, you're going to improve more overall by re-apping the worse rune. This is the one that I would re-app. Because you have 16 crit damage on the other one as well, but this rune is well, actually, yeah, this is the worst of the 3 runes by far. So this is the one that can improve the most. So we won't go too far into it, but we'll see if we can just make one really nice crit rate rune. To me, that already improved. I mean, the crit damage was nice, but you already have a crit damage rune, so this gives you diversity. Gah. Stupid swap. Thanks, Bit. It's so hard to remember because I'm looking down at my tablet below me. And I don't see this, like, the screen's in front of me, but I'm just not looking at it. Yeah, so to me, this is already a better rune, Dylan. We'll go ahead and do that. So right here, what you can do is you can gem in the attack. It's triple grindable. XG... Yeah, well, yeah. If you put it on a Diana, you would use an HP gem. If you put it on a, well, you wouldn't put accuracy on a Vertihile actually. So yeah, if you put it on Diana, you would use the HP gem, like Bit said. Okay, so that rune improved on 1 re-app. That's at the end of the day, if you can use 1 re-app and improve a rune, it's a win. And that rune actually went from pretty mediocre to pretty good. And Diana doesn't need that much speed, by the way. 180 speed is usually enough for her. 200 is nice, but 180 is... I guarantee you, if you check most Dianas in Guardian Plus RTA right now, most of us are running her between 180 and 200. Okay, so we're done with the crit rates pretty much. You've got 3 different kinds of crit rate gems, which is actually ideal because it allows you to fit whatever you need in each set. The only thing you don't have is a super fast crit rate gem. But we could go back and look at those in a little bit if we need to. But I'd rather look at some crit damage gems that you're probably going to need more. So this one, 26 speed, nice. Did I say crit damage gems? Obviously, I meant crit damage runes. The 19 crit rate you also definitely want to keep. Yeah, 1 and done for a really nice rune. Okay, this one right here, now that 25 attack, that's actually a really nice rune. The Talia rune, that's not a bad rune either. I mean, it's not a great rune, but it's not a bad rune, with no innate especially, because you could gem out that flat attack for speed, and I think those are all pretty good runes. I don't know that I would hit any of them. Thanks, Bit. I will. I haven't, right now I'm just looking at swap. I don't see any crit damage runes that that to me would be worth doing. Now, this HP rune, here we go. The one on Jean, that's kind of trashy. And I know it fits Jean, but that rune could be so much better. I would go to that one. This rune right here. Dylan, you good? We good with hitting this one? Yeah, everybody's like, yeah, so we're going. Well, that is actually better, but it's certainly not a keeper. Is it better? Either way, it's not a keeper. Doesn't matter. We're not keeping that either way. Okay, that's a keeper. Ugh, I had to say it. I had to say it, didn't I? I'll tell you what, though. It's still almost kind of a keeper. Because the HP, it's an HP percent rune. You could just, man, this is actually a nice Skogul rune. I don't know if you use a Violent Skogul, but this would be a really thick Skogul rune. I would probably just keep this as is. It's got no efficiency, but it's fast with a ton of HP and some defense. You know what? I wouldn't be like ultra excited about this, but I wouldn't race to get rid of a 17 speed with no innate. I think this rune will fit a lot of monsters. Okay, so if you just pulled 2 Skogels, then I think we can circle back to this one, but I would leave this one alone for the time being. Like I said, it has no efficiency, but it has a lot of synergy, and synergy sometimes matters more than efficiency. Synergy usually, almost always matters more than efficiency, to be honest. So just to give you an idea of what the rune looks like, it was 732 HP flat, 5% defense. You go right here, and then what you would do is, on a Skogel, you'd probably put in accuracy, but if we're looking at it from an efficiency perspective, we'll just put 16 attack, just to see what the rune's efficiency could be. You put 12 right there, call this 1150, and call your speed 21. It's still it's a 97% rune once it's fully gemmed and grinded because it's quad grindable. So that helps a lot. To me, that's definitely a keeper. I leave that one alone. Skogel, well, Skogel would be resistant. I shouldn't have said that. Skogel could use a touch of accuracy. What he really needs is resistance. Resistance is what you would gem in for the Skogel. He doesn't need attack, crit rate, or crit damage whatsoever. All he needs is HP, defense, speed, and then resistance. And then once you've got all those done, if he has a little bit of accuracy, his attack 1 can reduce attack, or his skill 1 can reduce attack bar. So having like 10 or 15 resistance on him is nice, but certainly not needed. I think somebody said Amelia. This would actually be a great Amelia rune as well. Same thing, you would gem in resistance for Amelia. This would also be a great Tetra rune. The more I'm thinking about it, this is a slam dunk keeper. This is a no-brainer. We don't want to touch this one at all. $21 speed slot 4s are hard to come by too. That one's a slam dunk. So I think the Iona rune, even though it's nicely efficient, it lacks synergy, and that would probably be our next target right here. Let's see if we could do the same thing again. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to remember to turn off... Actually, I'm not going to remember to turn off the screen. I'm going to roll it once, and if it's good, we're going to bring it up slowly. And if it's bad, then I'm just going to turn off the screen and we'll re-app again. But you can see the rune, and this time I'm on top of it. I know what's going on. And I'm just going to show it to you, because that is not what we were looking for. All right. I want to see that 17 speed jump out at me again. Yeah, that's not what we were looking for. Yeah, that time it was intentional. That time I was remembering. Alrighty. 2 more. We're not doing more than 5 into this thing. Okay. That's not bad. That is not bad. 25% defense sub. I mean, it's going to be slow, but... well, I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad. It's definitely better than it was. In terms of rune synergy, this is much better than it was. Dylan, right or left? There you go. Left has more stats, but right has more synergy. Left. Alright, I don't think you love this rune, so I was going to stop at 5, but I'd like to see if we can get it to be something that you like a little bit more. Even so, this is the last one on this rune, and then we got to move on. You get stuck on one rune forever, you can burn through every re-app in a heartbeat. All right, we can circle back to that one. You don't want to. I personally, by the way, I like that. I feel like 25% defense sub, that can be really useful. Not every monster has to be fast. Joltan, for example, doesn't have to be fast, and that would be a really nice Joltan rune that he's like an instant counter against Lawrence. You don't need him on crit damage, all you need him is beefy. So to me, that rune is actually not bad. Let's see here. You know, it's funny a bit because I tell Ace the exact same thing all the time. I'm not a big fan of planning to gem in speed. I think most of the time you gem in speed, the rune is too slow anyway. But to me, that's the kind of exception where when you've got a 25 defense sub on an HP rune, you're not putting that on a monster you want to be fast. You're putting that on a monster whose speed you don't care about. It's just a rune to make that monster super thick. Cursed, I can't check Discord until the stream is over. It would be lost in scroll unless you like PM. If you PM it to me, then maybe I can take a look at it. But I can't jump into the chats. Okay, so we did crit rate, crit damage, and HP percentage already. I know there were no slot 2s. Let's see if there's any slot 1s we could just simply speed chase with a little bit. DM, like direct message. Just send me a personal message. Okay, let's take a look at your ancient runes. Get rid of the slot 1 there. Get rid of, actually, let's go innate for right now. Okay, so this slot 3 Endure is crap. Yeah, slot 3 Endure is total crap, but it's HP innate. We don't want to burn, and defense innate. So the slot 5 Nemesis, that's crazy efficient. I probably would leave that one alone. Okay, so let's turn off innate. Yeah, Rahul, on Discord, just send me a message and I'll check it in a moment. Despair, Nemesis. Okay, so we've got a Will here. Now, that one's really nice. We're going to leave that one alone. You got a Will here. This one, what is that? Slot 1. That is super efficient, and it's on your bail. We're not touching that. And then the slot 5 on your bail is also pretty nice. We're not touching that. So when I get rid of those, so we've thinned this down a little bit. Now the other thing is, for the Ancients, those re-apps are way too hard to get, so we're not going to do anything that's innate. Oh, we already did not innate, so we're okay. Never mind. We don't have to filter that. Hey Sim, no worries. You told me you might cut out early. Have a good night, and thanks for stopping by the stream. I appreciate it. So, defense percent. Let's see. This Nemesis, it's another defense percent. Okay, the Rika speed. This is a good target. It's a shame you've already grinded this one. Actually, it's not a good target. All you really have to do, the crit damage doesn't fit well. It's an acceptable target. If we don't see anything else, that's probably the target. Let me see how many you actually have. Oh, damn! All right, the Rika just became an acceptable re-app target. I think we can. I think we can spend a couple of re-apps. I mean, the 34 HP is nice. How are you on grinds? Yeah, tons and tons of grinds. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we're going to hit this one. This one's worth doing. I mean, I like the 34 HP, but it doesn't synergize perfectly. It's low efficiency, and if it rolls bad, we keep what was there. I'm still not going to go crazy with it, because the ancient reaps take forever to get back. No, that side's better. We'll give this 4 shots, so 2 more shots. This is the last one. I don't want to get overstuck on a rune that was decent. Okay, that's garbage. Let me just... What do you have in terms of gems? See, you know what? You really should have... Wow. Yeah, we really should probably just gem on the defense. You can grind attack, and you have defense gems. That's what we should do. Yeah, we should really just... we should keep this and just gem your defense on. Now, I would use the rare just because it's not a perfect rune. I mean, it doesn't synergize perfectly because of the crit damage. So what I would do is just gem on the rare defense and then grind from there. And save that hero one for somewhere else. But I'll leave... same deal. Do you want me to just build this one up? I'm going to start looking for some other targets while you answer. Nemesis. And then Ace says he would keep it with re-up. So you tell me which way you want to go. Dylan. I mean, you've got plenty of re-ups. And you actually don't have, just to throw this out there too, you don't have a lot of other great re-up targets. Unless, because you've got very little with innate. 2 to 3 more? Okay. I know how fast they go, so I get nervous when it's rolling bad. Got to still keep the left there because you can't build the right side up. That's interesting. That is interesting. So, man, if that crit damage was just crit rate, well, let's let the numbers speak just from an efficiency perspective. So, this is the rune right now, but imagine if we were to gem in that defense and we hit reasonable gems and grinds, you would have about 18 defense %, and then the attack was not grinded yet, so we call that 15. So if we were to build it up, it would be 112% rune. As it is right now, it would be 112% rune. If you take the new one, we'd be at 24 crit damage, 23 attack, which does synergize a little bit better, 16 defense, and then you would gem in the HP, which would be 16 HP, 17 on a ancient. And it's literally the same. No, it goes down. It's 2% less. So from a pure efficiency perspective, the left side has higher potential. Marginally. They're almost equal. So it just depends on what you want. And the right side honestly synergizes better. I would probably take the right side over the extra 2% efficiency. Because that attack is going to work better with the crit damage. Yeah, Bit, that's what I was saying. All right, do you want me to hit it anymore, Dylan, or do you want to keep it? Ancient runes can get over 120%, but I mean, to me, it's already a super efficient rune. He does have Samantha. Or Samantha. Okay. Do you want to build it up? Do you have actually... you've only got 1 HP, but you do want to build it up. All right, so are we good to go? Give me that one last thumbs up. Here we go. Come on, 13. Not ideal there. I don't know. It's, well, first of all, there was no crit rate gem. But I'm not a fan of gemmed crit rate. Like, what if you hit 5 or 6 crit rate, it just doesn't give you enough. I know it synergizes better, but it just doesn't give you enough to me. Yeah, but I mean, you take a 20 crit rate rune in another slot to balance it out, and then that other slot that doesn't have the HP. I mean, it's all a big jigsaw puzzle. It's really about the runes that you put together. But to me, I'd rather get as many stats onto each rune as I can, and then put together the runes in a puzzle that makes for the most possible stats. If I've got another rune that has 20 crit rate and no HP, it'll fit better with this rune if I've put on 15 HP. Or 18 HP. If you're building a rune for one specific monster, if you're like, this rune is going on this monster and this monster needs 6 crit rate, that's when I gem the crit rate. That's just me. I mean, that's me. But what I'm going to do is just not grind the HP. So it hit min roll anyway. If you want to wait until you get a crit damage or crit rate, you know, if you want to wait until you get a crit rate gem, then I leave that one up to you, Dylan. For me, though, especially on a slot 2, I want to just jam in the stats. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got here next. I don't really want to get into reapping indoors, no matter how many reapps you have. Indoor is just too low. And same thing, that accuracy is actually a decent reapp target, but it's too hard to make accuracy sets. I don't really want to reapp that. So you do have some Nemesis and Despair. We're going to go ahead and lock this one that we just did and take it off the screen. So we've got a Despair 2, and I don't want to do slot 2 defense. Those are too low probability. Yeah, exactly. So I think the Despair 3 on Samantha is already 25 speed. We don't want to mess with that. So that leaves, as far as the Ancients go, we've got this one on Vanessa. And that one to me is a possible reapp target. And then you've got the one on Darion. And that one I would probably not put reapps into as a Nemesis. So the only one I might do would be the Vanessa, but I wouldn't really want to... yeah, you know what? I would probably pop a couple into the Vanessa one. You've got enough that you could speed chase on Vanessa a little bit right here. Well, it's 34%. Oh, but it's really 28% because you've got more grinds. So I mean, it's 96% efficiency. Of course, you can grind the speed and then it goes to about 100. And that's on the low end of acceptable for an Ancient Rune, but this is the only other Ancient Rune that's a target. The one thing is, it doesn't synergize all that well. 34 HP it's, with crit. Well, I mean, I guess if you had gemmed in defense instead of crit damage, it would synergize way better. So I take that back. I'm looking at the crit damage, but that could be gemmed in. Yeah, exactly, Bit. 17. Yeah, I mean, I would probably just keep this and gem in the defense for the crit damage. And you've got 2 of them, so Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll use one hero because you have two. Alright, that's a little better. Hit the 11. You've also got some speed grinds here, so we'll go ahead and hit that with one. I'm not going to regrind on Ancients. If you want to regrind, you can. No, I did the hero because he had two. I would have used the rare if he only had one. So the defense came out really nice. 19 defense is a win. The speed is not so nice, but I don't want to start regrinding. These are too hard to come by. At most, yeah, I'll leave that to you if you want to regrind later, but like this one right here already needs a speed grind, so I'm gonna stay off of that for a moment. So that's it as far as the Ancients go. There really is no other targets. That was the only other one because the Darien one is already a pretty nice rune. You just need to gem that accuracy out for probably attack percent, and then it'll just be crazy. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna switch back over to our normal ones, and let's take a look again at Swift. Actually, no, let's see if there's any Violent that we can speed chase on. So we're going to leave the Legend, and then we're just going to look at slots 1 and 3 for right now, because we've already cleared out everything else. And then we got to make it, get rid of the Ancient. So here we go. There's 19 possibilities. Let's just go reverse speed. And right here, the one on Iona. Did we already do that, or was it a different Iona rune? Nope, we did a different Iona rune. So we're doing Pimp My Iona. Yeah, but we did a different rune on her. This is let's see, is that your best target? Because that's thick crit rate, that's thick crit rate. The Theo slot one, oh, that's got an innate speed. So yeah, definitely not doing that. Not none. All right, so these are the 1s and 3s with innate, but we're definitely not going to take speed innate. So the Talia rune, I'm pretty sure we already did. I just didn't update that in swap. 10 crit rate, 22 crit damage. No. Oh, Talia slot 1. Yeah, it's the Talia slot 1. 19 crit rate, 4 crit damage. We're not going to do that anyway. The 19 crit rate you want to keep. You don't want to touch that. So the Vio 3 here. Alright, as far as innates go, the only opportunity I see to speed chase, and it's not a bad rune, but it's not a great rune, is going to be this one. Yeah, this one. This would, So, yeah, I would say this would be probably your best option here, as far as if you want to do a little speed chasing. The 10 crit rate, 10 crit damage is nice, but if you gem off that HP, you're leaving a little bit on the table with this rune. So I'd probably go here. By the way, I just saw you have a Hathor. That's nice. Accuracy would be the dream, but yeah, resistance is a good one there as well. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Well, the old way was, we're going to hit it again anyway if we're speed chasing a little bit, so. Left side's definitely better here. Yeah, Hathor is basically RTA only. Like, if you're not doing RTA, then Hathor is not all that exciting. And if you are doing RTA, she's better than an LD5. That's pretty much what it amounts to. She's better than most LD5s. Not all, but most. Okay, where is the speed love? Huh. I actually like the right side. I hate Hathor in RTA, but that's because I don't have her. Left side is far, far more efficient, but I like the right side. Thing is, we're on violent, so that right side rune could work for a lot of different monsters. It becomes a PvE rune, obviously, but it's like a nice Galleon rune. It's a nice Sabrina or Shayna or even Rauk rune. Monsters that don't need speed, because slot 3, you can't get attack percentage anyway. So the crit rate is really useful. The left side is basically a support rune with the efficiency, but it's slow. So it's hard to use the left side as a support rune. It'd be more like a Skogul rune, but then you want the HP, not the defense. I'm not saying it's exciting. I'm just talking about as far as which side you choose. Like me personally, I choose this side. Neither side is exciting. They're both decent runes. I mean, they're both decent rolls. They're better than where the rune started. Neither of them is like, oh yes. Just kind of a matter of which one he wants. I wouldn't keep either one, probably. I would hit it a couple more times anyway. Dylan? Left it is. Left it still is. Left it still is. Alright, maybe we need to... We'll go one more, and if we don't get something here, we need to move on to the next rune, because the re-up guides... re-up gods are not... Ooh. Ooh, now that just got interesting. Things just got real. That is sexy. That, for a slot 3, that is nice. That is really nice, and you can gem in the defense. Oh, or HP, it doesn't matter, either way. Yeah, this to me, it's a slam dunk. I mean, I need your right off. The left side's 29 defense, but this to me, it's a slam. That is a nice rune. Yeah, that was that last. It was like okay, we'll do one more because it's not happening, and it happened. I mean, I know it's not like crazy fast, but that is a really good rune. I would love that rune. That was basically you were one off max roll on crit damage, two mid rolls on the crit rate, 2 mid rolls on the speed, and then you can just gem in the garbage. That's a really nice efficient rune. Okay, so that's it as far as innate options go, unless we were to look at 5s, which I'm not a big fan. I've said this on the stream already. I'm not a big fan of re-apping 5s. And the only 5 you have is not a really good target anyway. It has 8% attack innate, so we're not going to do that. So we'll come back now and we'll look at 1s and 3s without innate. Alright. So here are our 1s and 3s without innate. No, we did the 2, 4, 6 already. The only thing there was the only thing I didn't touch, there were a couple of slot 2 defense % runes that had innate, but I'm not re-apping slot 2 defense %. It's just too wasteful. To me. I mean, if Dylan told me to, I would, of course, but to me that's wasteful. Okay, this is the one we just re-apped. Do that. Okay, so here are our possibilities. We did the Iona 3 already, I think, didn't we? Or did we come off? No, we bounced off of that one. So that's kind of a decent target because you can't really gem the crit rate or the crit damage, and it's not super efficient. 17 speed slot 4-1. Bro, I like that rune. I wouldn't re-app that again. Personally, I would keep that. There's a different slot 4. If we were going to do it, there's a different one that I would go back to anyway. So this, whoops, by sub-property. This is the 17% one, and I personally would not re-up this again. I like this rune. This is the one that I would go back to. If we were gonna hit these again. This one has actually this one we should come back to. We had really bad luck with this one. We went a bunch of re-ups into this one, which is why we left it. But it's a good chance to go back to it. Give it one more shot. Yeah, this rune is cursed. I think this rune needs to stay... Okay, you want it a few times? We'll hit it a few times. This has happened to me before where I dump like 30 re-apps into a single rune and I still wind up with nothing. That's why I wanted to get away from it. Alright, so the right side is actually a better rune. It's slower, but it's a better rune. I don't love the crit damage, but that 19 defense synergizes way better. Up to you, Dylan. I personally take the right side if you're planning to re-app again. I like the 19 for 4 speed. I would trade 19. I would take 19 defense for 4 speed basically. So go to 13. Okay. Ow! That is ultra efficient, but you're trading down on speed. I probably take left here. I mean, huh. You know what? No, I changed my mind. I agree with Bit. I would go right because the crit damage on the left is crap. And this is crazy efficient. I mean, 12 speed, and, you know, obviously it's not easy to get speed gems, but technically 12 speed is only 2 above a legend speed gem. So you could always grind the flat HP and just keep trying to re-gem the speed on this one. Because there's nothing else you can actually gem anyway. You would, I mean, basically your other option is just to gem the flat HP from a higher starting point on flat HP, or maybe accuracy. But I would probably just keep re-gemming that. I would probably just keep re-gemming the speed and just grind everything, and it would just be insane efficiency. See if you could event. I don't know. Those speed grinds are hard to get. I'd have to see what I had. But yeah, either way, I think this one's a keeper now. Unless, yeah, I think this one's a keeper. Because you did get the 17 speed also, so you've got, oh, what's this? Oh, that's not, no, that's not. Yeah, that's hero. Alright, so the Iona one, let's see, we got defense, HP flat. Now that one's a keeper. Oh, there's your target. You weren't kidding. You truly do hate Triana. You really do hate Triana, don't you? So we got to bring this up to plus 12. If it double rolls speed, then we deal with the big, thick, flat HP. But if it misses speed, then this is our target. Oh, you guys can't see it, of course. Here we go. Yeah, 24 and 20. I mean, that's max, basically triple max on the defense. And then, it's a really thick rune. Okay, min roll resistance, so this is clearly getting a re-app. And your Triana's even going to have a plus 12 rune finally now. You got to give Triana some more love, by the way. She is a really good monster. You can use her everywhere, pretty much. I mean, not PvE, but you can use her in all aspects of PvP. So all her runes at plus 6 is not helping. All right, here we go. Yeah, we keep this one. Left side is actually still better. Well, no, that's got crit rate and crit damage. It's not a good... I mean, we got to hit it again, but the right side is definitely better. Okay, then! That is such a crappy stat mix. That is such a crappy stat mix. That one resistance hit wrecked it. If that one resistance hit went somewhere else, but the efficiency is off the freaking charts. I mean, this is like about as efficient as a rune can start. It's just, you have to gem the accuracy, and then you're going to have not a lot grindable. I mean, you gem the accuracy for HP, because it's got to be a support rune, or maybe a bruiser rune. You could use it as either support or bruiser, so either way you would gem HP onto it. And, I mean, the efficiency will be really nice. 2 grindables, yeah, it's not a bad rune. Just would have been nice if that one efficiency went somewhere else. I was thinking like a Ritesh, but yeah, like a Jean would work as well. It would actually, I was just about to say it would actually work as a Triana rune, honestly, and it's already on Triana, so there you go. Your Triana just got one hell of an upgrade. Yeah. All right, so let's see if we've got another target now. That Talia rune is really nice. We're going to keep that. Let's see here. This one, 13 speed, 6 crit rate. That's probably not, we don't want to force it. 15 speed. This is it for the low speed ones. Okay, so the one we just did came off of her. So we got to go from above there. So we're back to this Iona slot 1 now. Slot 3? Iona slot 3? Iona slot 3. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's see. Iona, wherefore art thou? No speed, that's why we're not finding her. Okay. Yeah, see, this rune, it's a shame. It rolled really nice, but it would be tough to use. Because you can't, like, if it was 10 crit rate and 5 crit damage, it would be a great rune. But with the 10 crit damage, it's tough for you to gem really anything onto it. Oh! That is a good rune, though. That is a really good rune. That is nice. That's that's like where you don't get a choice. That is awesome. So today is PvE day. We're not re-apping for PvP, we're re-apping for PvE apparently, but you're getting some really nice PvE ones. Yeah, that's a nice rune right there. All right, we got 9 re-apps left, so the Iona one is done. I mean, unless you tell me to re-app it again, but I wouldn't touch that thing. That is gorgeous. And what that actually also just did... 15... Oh, that's a 5-star. Here we go. Is it this one? No, where 14 and 548. It's this one. It just made this rune expendable. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Bit. The idea here is when you have this many re-apps, you want to raise the quality of your overall account. You don't want to dump 50 re-apps into one rune. You want to try and get 10 or 15 really good runes and upgrade 2 or 3 monsters out of it. So this rune, yeah, like I said, this rune's expendable now because that... Whoa, whoa. Oh, such a nice start. Whoa, okay then. That's not bad. Nearly a max triple roll with speed and crit rate, and the crit damage is gemmable. That is not... I mean... That's an upgrade, bro. That is a serious upgrade. Oh yeah. That's a beautiful rune. Like, that's about as good as a slot 3 can really get. If the other, you know, if it was 12 speed and 6 crit rate, it would be, but yeah, that is a good one. All right, now the Sabrina rune we're not going to touch. So let's bring this up. Let me thin this list out a little bit again, because we're running out here of the 1s and 3s. Joe, man, I would not do it as a general rule, because the thing is, you can't quad roll. So the reason we try and do Legend is because you can get a quad roll, so that means you could get like a 30 speed rune or something like that. Let's see, the Belita rune is kind of eh, but not terrible. Actually, no. I don't see anything else in here that I would be super anxious to re-up. I mean, we could force it a little bit, but... and that's 21, 16, 15... Yeah, if these had innates, I would be a little bit more keen. Oh, what about this one? 23 accuracy, 14 crit rate, 7 crit damage, 6 speed. It's actually, but that's your only... It's always good to have one really high... and it certainly doesn't exist for me, that's for sure. Well, no, I have 130 speed rune. It's a slot 4 attack after max speed grind with resistance and accuracy subs. All right, there's 7 left. I think it's time to do a little bit of speed chasing. We never touched your Swift. I think we've picked Violent and Will pretty clean. So let's take a look at Swift, because we haven't really gotten into Swift, and we might have a couple of decent targets here. So we're going to go Not None, bring this back up. Yeah, there's a whole bunch. You got 35 Legend Not Nuns. So let's narrow this down a little bit. We want to go 4s and 6s if we can, if we're speed chasing. Here's an HP with no speed. Jackpot, right? Oh, yeah, that is perfect. Or did we do that one already? No, we didn't do that. Yeah, that one, that is a perfect target right there. With the 10 crit rate and 15 crit damage. That rune is a hot mess, and it's about to be a 20 speed beauty. I haven't really called anything all stream, but I feel the big speed roll coming. I feel the big speed roll coming. This is where it's going to hit. Because we've only had 120 speed so far, I think. Is it 1 or 2? I know we had the 1. Am I 1 or 2? Well, it definitely got better. Definitely got a lot better. So let me see if there's another good target. I know this isn't the Dream Rune right now. Dream Rune right now, but if there's another good target, I'd rather work on the next good target. Well, if there's another equally good target and we can take a crap rune and move it up, let's see first though, just to make sure that there's not, because this is not a bad rune. It's slow for Swift, but it's super efficient on the roll. Okay, the lag rune is fine. This one right here. Yeah, see, like, because with Swift, it doesn't matter so much if it's HP or defense. This one. To me, this just became a better target because the other rune is nicer than this one. And for your slot 4, all you really need is speed. What I mean is, like, it doesn't have to be HP or defense. It's sad that that's almost better. Alright, come on. One big speed roll. Just... That actually is better. Despite the triple roll flat attack, that actually is better. Alright. Last re-app. Last chance. 120 speed rune. We're gonna hide this. We're gonna hide this. And we're gonna bring up a 20 speed rune to finish here. Come on. I'm not going to torment you on it. I'm just going to show it. The right side is the way to go. You gem in speed and it's an efficient rune. Even though the left side has 9 speed, the right side is the way to go. Yeah, sorry, Dylan, man. I wish we had gotten a couple more big speed runes. I will tell you this, though. It's not like... Like, I think you did get some really nice runes from efficiency. You didn't get any crazy fast runes, but you did get some nice runes. Like, there were a handful of really good high crit roll, high efficiency runes. I have personally had much worse re-app sessions than this. Like, much, much worse. I think there were... I didn't track it, but I feel like we probably upgraded a good 10 to 15 runes. Nothing like absolutely nuts, but probably a good 10 to 15 upgrades, and that's not bad out of a 60 re-app session. It was like an average of 4, a couple of one and dones. So I think that's it. We worked out the Labyrinth Hell team. I don't know if that team's gonna be like. I think I told you, change Sabrina for Maruna, and then if you can make your Fran faster and put her on that team, then it'll be well speed tuned. But I think that team will work for you on the Explode stage. Despair, you've got a 30 speed Despair slot 1. That's actually pretty sick. Let's see. And you're sitting on a whole bunch of gems over here, too. This rune needs a little bit of love. This rune deserves this. Even though it doesn't synergize, it still deserves it because it's a 30 speed rune. Just saying. Just saying. If it's a 30 speed rune, it deserves you throwing everything you can at it. Alright, so I think that is it for... I think that's it, unless there's anything else you needed me to do while I'm on your account. Yeah, we can double check Ancients one more time. I think, once we take Endure out, so this this Darien rune, no wait, let's see. So this is what we've got unmarked right now. No, this Nemesis 5. So this Nemesis 5 right here, I didn't bring this one up before because it's just crazy efficient. But in terms of like further chasing efficiency, it actually is a pretty decent re-app target. Like the crit, it doesn't synergize well because you can't gem anything off of it. The resistance actually is adding 8% efficiency into that total right there, and the resistance doesn't add any value to this rune. So it's not really a bad target, especially when you have so many re-apps. Like, I wouldn't use my last re-app on it for sure, but it's not a bad target. Okay. Okay. Here we go. We're going to hide it one more time. Because I really want to get you one good rune out of it. Like, one big, super fast rune out of this. Okay, so we're obviously taking the left side. When it comes up that fast... 27. Well, it could roll 31 plus 6, so 37 is possible. But let's be, you know, I'll be happy if we can get you a 22 right here. That's what we're shooting for. 22. 22 to start. 22 grindable. Come on, 22 grindable. Well, if we were ever going to force it on a rune, you have the re-apps and the lip... All right, come on. Come on, right here. Right here, come on, let's do it. Yeah. All right. Stop at 45. Will do. Let me take one more look. Let's take one more look and see if there's any other targets just to double check. We did the Vanessa one, I believe, already. And we're not going to do accuracy. You know what this... No, see, it's got that defense innate because the slot 5... So the slot 5 Despair has a better chance for high speed. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's the same thing. They're both innate. Never mind. Did we did... No, it's a slot 2 defense. That's why we didn't do that one. Okay, yeah, this is it. This is the only rune that's really worth throwing these at. So, we're going to 45. But we're not going to 45 because we're going to get it right here. We're not going to need any more than this one right here. And the one after it. So this will... Okay, I'm going to stop hiding it because that's not working. Let's bring this up. Right now. Let's bring this up. Oh, it was getting there. Come on. Come on. All right. Last try. To the 45. Come on. We need one good re-app. One good... Man, Dylan, it's not happening today. It's not happening today. One more. Okay. Dude, I think at this point, I legitimately want this probably more than you do. Like, I want this big speed roll for you so badly right now. You have no clue. So come on and just give us one calm to us. That's absurd efficiency, but the left side is still actually better. The left side, I mean, there's no synergy on the right side. Yeah, it's high rolls, but I still take the left side. Up to you, though. Yeah. Oh, man. What do you want? Are we done? Or you want to push it? It's not coming right now, but you know, if I log off, yeah. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I log off and you hit this thing and it's like ready to pop. It just needs your push 40. Okay, push 40. 40 it is. Come on. All right, we got to get there. Okay, Huh. Nah. Left side's still better. Left side's still better. Alright. Dude. This is, wait, okay. Right side is better now. Right side is actually, I mean, it's a small upgrade. It's a very small upgrade, but the right side is better now. It synergizes much better. Yeah. Do you want to stop there, or do you want to go to the 40? Well, you are going to have, by the end of this session, you're going to have, like, the fastest dungeon teams in your guild. That's the biggest takeaway here. You have become a PvE machine. Yeah. Although, actually, you can't really use Nemesis in that much PvE, but... You basically already do. I actually saw that in the JSON. I didn't even have to see the records. I saw how much crit rate and crit damage you have on your runes. Just from the JSON file here, you could see that it was like... Alright, well, we did try. We did try. Dylan, I really appreciate you letting me do the re-apps on your account. 19 giants. Man, that's faster than mine. That's a sick time. Oh, you were saying check profile. Obviously, I'm on your account. I can check the profile. Let's see if we can find your profile thing. Let's display the profile on stream here. That's a good place to go. Here we go. Nope, not that one. That's teleport. There it is. Your island is so heavily decorated. I love the... I can't believe you've got 2 Wind Art Masters. That's insane. Okay, yeah, so 19 giants is faster than mine. The necro time is really good, too. "14-second Hall of Light." Oh, oh, just one. I thought you had said 2 before. 14-second Hall of Light is really nice. Oh, and you're well up over 6 million on all the Rift Beasts. Yeah, you really do have some, You're in arena already. Alright, guys, so I think we're going to wrap the stream up from there. Once again, Dylan, thanks for letting me do the re-apps. I hope you found it worth it. We did at least get some better rune improvements. No huge speed runes, but some rune improvements. The 2 Violent 4s, by the way, I do think that the Violent 4s actually came out pretty nicely, and that's a really important slot. So that would be like the biggest takeaways from this. That 17 speed Vial 4, I think you're going to find some decent use for. Don't sleep on that one. That thick flat HP is going to be really nice. You need some PvP content now? Yeah, you got it, man. And so thank you guys for joining me on the Twitch stream. And I'm going to be working on a video. Hopefully I'll have a video out tomorrow. My next video is going to be raids and re-apps. It fits with this. So I don't know. We're a little bit late now. It might be out Thursday, but that'll be the next video. So as always, guys, I appreciate you sticking around on stream. Dylan, I appreciate you letting me do this. And we'll see you next time.